Good afternoon, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House for matinee hockey between the visiting Dartmouth Indians and your Westwood Wolverines. Both teams coming in at 2-1 today. And a big game, a big test for Westwood. A non-league game versus Dartmouth. They do have some history. A couple of years ago, Westwood played Dartmouth first round in the MIAA Division II playoffs. Westwood was a high seed, Dartmouth a low seed. Westwood able to take them to overtime. They tied it up with less than 30 seconds left off the stick of Zach Conway. They went to overtime. Dartmouth came away with the win, but what a game, memorable game, even on a losing on the losing side of it. But the effort by Westwood and just how special a group of players that came together to play that well against a good team was awesome. And I'm expecting nothing different, today. Two great teams that are looking to get a big non-league game here in Division II MIAA hockey.
Well, it's going to be a crucial game for Westwood here, coming off a rough 8-4 loss here on Saturday against Norwood.
Yep.
Big to see how Westwood bounces back here and see how they handle that adversity. Westwood started off strong with a 2-1 lead in that game over Norwood. In that second period, they let Norwood take control, and Norwood took off and ran with it. So it's going to be crucial today to see how does Westwood bounce back from that, how do they recover. And I'm looking forward to see how Westwood responds, how they look in the face of adversity. Something they haven't seen yet in this season, but here we are.
Yeah, this is what you would call, Evan, a measuring stick game. So Westwood had one, versus Norwood, and they played well in the first period. They actually played well in the third period, but that second period got away from them. You got to play 3 periods of hockey to be at the top of your game versus teams like Dartmouth, teams like Norwood, teams like Hopkinton, Medfield. Westwood played 3 great periods versus Hopkinton, so they can do it. They still are battling injuries and illness. Timmy Malloy out again today, as well as Josh McCabe, but no excuse. Teams face injuries. Teams face, guys being out of lineup. Next guy up, next player up, and that's the case for Westwood. And we were talking about it earlier in the girls' game, and I was saying going into Hopkinton, I didn't know what to expect. You're going on the road, you're playing the TBL large champ from the previous year, and you're missing 2 big pieces. But you had guys like Nolan Lewis who stepped up, 2 huge goals, and then Timmy Donovan having an unbelievable start to his season. He's had, I think a goal in every game so far.
Yeah, the Donovan brothers and Nolan Lewis have stepped up big time here for Westwood. Timmy Donovan, I believe the sophomore, correct?
Matt Donovan. Timmy Senior, captain.
Timmy Senior, but that dynamic duo of the Donovan brothers and Nolan Lewis have stepped up big. Nolan Lewis, the sophomore as well. Coming in with 3 goals, named Player of the Week for Westwood Hockey.
Yep.
It's going to be crucial to see how they step up in the face of adversity as well. Like you mentioned, a couple key injuries right now with Malloy and McCabe. How are we stepping up? That next man up mentality is going to be crucial here for Westwood. This is a team with depth, but how does that depth handle some of your top guys getting injured? It'll be big to see here today against a very good challenger in Dartmouth. This is a 2-1 team, had wins over Barnstable and Situate, I believe.
Yes, yeah, 2 good teams.
2 good teams. They're going to be a tough non-league challenge. And to see how they can handle now a non-league opponent. Yep. This is a good team that's coming in here. How does Westwood respond? It's going to be crucial for their season. I know that they're going to probably come out here with a little bit of fury after having a game like that against Norwood. They want to come back, and they have a chip on their shoulder, and they have something to prove here today. And I think playing with that kind of anger, that kind of aggression is going to be key here.
Absolutely. I mean, I love non-league games because you're playing on behalf of the TBL in these games. And you can send a message. Send a message today about what is this year's Westwood hockey team. This is a hockey team, that's shown some good depth in the first few games. It's a hockey team that's shown some great goaltending. Jack Holland's been terrific. We'll see who we have today. You have 2 fantastic goalies. You have Jack Holland and John Quinn, 2 of the very, very best in Division II. And, you have guys that have been that are younger, newer, stepping up and making their game, very loud. Nolan Lewis, but also guys like, Connor Blaney, sophomore, has been impactful both on the offensive, defensive side. He's been a terrific player for the Wolverines early on, doing all the right things. Brian Sullivan on the defensive end. He's been, a sophomore, but very confident out there. He played as a freshman. You can see that he is, his game is hitting its full stride as well. But we're going to need to see those, complementary, players in, the Westwood depth really step up here in the absence of, two big pieces to the Wolverine hockey squad. And we're going to send it down to Bill Siebert for the pregame festivities before we kick it off here in Dartmouth versus Westwood.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canton Ice House for this afternoon's non-league matchup between the Dartmouth Indians and your Westwood Wolverines. Here are today's starting lineup for Dartmouth at left wing, number 6, sophomore Chance Simons. At center, number 21, senior captain Aiden Cruz. At right wing, number 22, junior Brady Boboin. Starting in defense, number 5, junior Caden DaCosta. At number 10, senior captain Will Gibson. And starting in goal for the Indians, number 1, sophomore Jack Howard. And please welcome the remaining members of the Dartmouth Indians. And now, the starting lineup for your Westwood Wolverines. At left wing, number 27, sophomore Luke Martin. At center, number 15, senior captain Sean Borquez. At right wing, number 6, sophomore Nolan Lewis. Starting in defense, number 10, freshman Caleb Fingler. And number 14, senior Brady Dumais. And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 31, senior John Quinn. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, folks, about ready to kick off here at Canton Ice House. see John Quinn for the first time tonight. A terrific goaltender. And when you got Quinn and Holland, that's a great strength to have on the back end for your Wolverines. Johnny Quinn back from Catholic Memorial. And he is a talented player. He was getting action as a freshman, had a terrific sophomore campaign. We played Linfield, and the Linfield coaches, they're two brothers. One of them was a goaltender, and after the game he said, that is the best goalie I've ever seen, that season, was John Quinn. And that was high praise. Linfield's a good team and a good league. And Westwood with a win right off the draw. You're going to get an offside call there. It was a fast start, getting the feet moving right from the get-go, but just a little offside. Scott Peterson, one of the referees, officials out there here on the near side. Brockton High grad, 1985, classmate of Pat Hennessy, who we saw earlier, and the lights are out. We have the lights out now at the Ice House.
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
This is like the Boston Garden in the early 90s, and the lights went out for Edmonton Oilers.
And our lights have gone out.
Our lights are out too. Save this for the archives, Evan. This is this day in Westwood history. The lights went out in the Dartmouth game.
Well, we haven't lost power fully because our microphones are still working, and we would not be talking right now if they were not working. We wouldn't be able to hear ourselves right now.
It might be a circuit breaker just for the lights.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. I don't know.
There's got to be an electrician in the building. Well, 15 seconds in, Evan. Someone pulling the lights. You know what? This is going to be talk. This will be part of the winter recap episode of the Wolverine Report. Is how about the lights going out 15 seconds in during the Dartmouth game?
This is the first for me in my broadcasting career. I've had a lot of interesting things happen. I've seen a lot of interesting, happenings. I haven't had this. I was working a UMaine broadcast, and we lost power to our truck once in the middle, and there are the lights.
Let there be light.
I've dealt with some power issues before, but nothing like that. Nothing where the actual arena.
No, I think we got to keep that. I think we don't edit that out. We just keep it in, huh?
I think I'm going to keep it.
I think we got to keep it.
I think we got to keep it for the.
We're going to get a face. No. Spoke too soon.
That's that announcer's jinx.
Imagine watching on Live Barn right now and you're seeing this going on.
Someone's having fun with the lights.
Yeah. So the Dartmouth jerseys almost look very similar to Duxbury.
Yeah.
The green. So it's a green on green game today. Westwood in the home whites, Dartmouth in the away greens. Blomquist on the draw. Now, Blomquist was a name I didn't mention during the pregame, but he's been a terrific player for the Wolverines. The leadership in the two-way game out of him so far this season has been critical to their success and their big wins so far this year. Dumais picks up a loose puck. He's going to send it in deep. And played on by Dartmouth. Picked up by Will Gibson, who sends it off the near boards. Ends up back on the sticker. Dumais sends it right back in. Blomquist leading the charge on the forecheck. Dartmouth looking for the cross breakout pass. That was a nice pass that worked it across the ice, but puck back on the stick of Westwood. Luke Martin sends it up to cousin Nolan Lewis, who chips it in, but that was on Westwood side of the red line, which is going to be an icing. An interesting fact, Evan. So Westwood has a combination of brothers on the team as well as cousins. So you have the Donovan brothers. You also have Nolan Lewis, first cousins with Luke Martin. Then you also have Stacy, who's cousins with the O'Briens on the team. So, interesting combinations of cousins. That puck is high and played with the stick. It's no goal, and its face-off's going to be outside. So you cannot play the puck with your stick above your shoulders. If it's at chest height, you can do it, but not above. Or excuse me, you can't do it above the post. Sorry, you cannot play the puck above the post for a goal. Right under the crossbar you can, but anything over the post is no goal. And also what you'll see is face-off completely down the other end.
costly move for Dartmouth there.
Big time.
But yes, it is, as you were mentioning earlier, it's a family affair here in Westwood. We have a lot of family connections, and that makes for great team chemistry. These are guys that know each other. These are guys that grew up with each other, and they played hockey together, and that helps with the team chemistry there.
Absolutely. And even so when you watching like the boys and girls game, a lot of those girls played like on the boys teams for Westwood Youth Hockey. My nephew CJ, he played with Gannon growing up. Oh, and a shot off the crossbar. That was a great shot by Matt Donovan. I talked to his father before the game, Greg Donovan. I said, today's going to be the day. He's going to get his first goal of the season today. He has had so many shots and quality shots on net that have been saved by great goaltending so far. And a nice move by number 9 on Dartmouth. That's Maddox LaRock. And Quinn's going to turn that away and cover it up for the face-off. Quinn is a big body in the net. You know, just looking right here, he takes up about 3/4 of the net, and he's in the net. So if he comes out on an angle, there's really nothing you can see.
That's a great advantage for Westwood and Quinn as a goaltender. Just having that big body, you're not going to get any easy shots on him.
Face-off won by Westwood. They're able to get the clear. We had a delayed offside, so Westwood's going to have some time to be able to work it up towards the red, and Dumais does. He's going to send it in on a dump. Bunch of bodies there on the near side boards. Westwood comes away with the puck, sends it down low. Blaney looking for the middle. Got a stick on that one by Will Gibson. Gibson's going to get it past the red and gets it into Westwood territory. The puck ends up on the stick of Dalton. Dalton's got some numbers. Dalton and Rolfe going the other way. Pass across to Rolfe. Rolfe's shot just wide left. And then in front of the net, Blaney with an opportunity. Puck still loose. Some good looks here by the Blaney line. Puck makes its way up to Fengler. Fengler with a shot, gets deflected. Ends up back on the stick of Westwood. Rolfe trying to send it up to Blaney, but whiffs on that one. That puck sent down the length of the ice for an icing. So a great shift by the Blaney line, and they're going to get some pats on the back by Coach Matt Siebert and staff. That's what you want to see. When you're getting, your depth lines getting some good action like that, and your other line's getting some rest, that's a really good look for the Wolverines. Hard shot by Sullivan, save by Howarth. So Howarth, the junior goaltenders. So he's Jack Howarth in net for Dartmouth, John Quinn in net for the Wolverines. Clean draw won by Blomquist. It gets away off the stick of Fallon. Puck in the neutral zone. Duxbury brings it into Westwood's territory. Hard on the puck is 21, Aiden Cruz. And Westwood comes away with it. Luke Martin with it near side. He's going to chip it at Nolan. Nolan Lewis off the other side and a one-timer. Goes just wide. That was a heck of a backhander over to Blomquist. And that forces another ice. So Wolverines getting their icing going. What a high IQ play by Lewis to know that Blomquist is there. And Evan, those backhanding passes are hard to do. You don't have it's the opposite side of the curve. So it's a very finesse type pass. And to be able to do that and have it flat on the stick for Blomquist. Terrific pass and play by Nolan Lewis. Lewis going to send it up. Another smart play. Instead of shooting it into a body, he was looking for Dumais, who was coming down. Dartmouth with the puck near side. He's going to work it in. Going to curl it. The senior captain, number 21, Cruz. Westwood able to work it out. Chased down by Lewis. Lewis going to force a pass, an errant pass. Blomquist jumps on it, but no one there. Dartmouth coming in to try and get the puck towards the net. They do. Put away by Quinn. Martin and Blomquist. Blomquist gets it. He chips it in. Chased after by Ryan. And that's going to be an icing. So some good action for the Wolverines. Some good back checking is something you want to see on the defensive zone as the forwards coming back, helping out. We saw some odd man rushes in the Norwood game that, were caused by kind of, some aggressiveness, some mistakes here and there, and Westwood certainly cleaning it up. We've got Donovan going the other way. He's got Ryan on the other side. Shot, Donovan, saved by Howarth. Another hard shot. That was a good low shot towards the far left side. Shot on net, saved by Quinn. And that goes out of play. So 2 really good opportunities, one for Westwood, one for Dartmouth, just in the span of 20 seconds there. So Scott Peterson, the official, not at the dot, but the other one, 1985 grad at Brockton High School, was a hockey player, classmates with Pat Hennessy, who we were with earlier, as well as Chris Hancock. Brockton Boxers, known for its football, but also some pretty good hockey. Quinn puts away that shot from the point. Donovan goes down low to help out. He chips it up, and then Dumais picks it up. Dumais across the ice over to Ryan. Ryan gonna settle it. He brings it down low. Dumais, some great patience. Throws it on net, but gets deflected by a Dartmouth player. Ryan able to go in there and battle for the puck. Dartmouth able to get that puck out. Dumais able to protect that puck. That's a terrific effort by Dumais. You can tell he's on the tail end of the shift, and to be able to just box out that puck. You know, he didn't have the legs to be able to put his feet into gear, but to box it out like that, what a great effort. He had a lot of skating on there. He was down low with the puck, you know, so he was doing a lot in the offensive zone there, helping generate some looks for the Wolverines. Blaney with the win on the draw. Sullivan's going to pick it up himself, sends it up the boards to Rolfe. Bounces off his skate. The puck works back deeper into the Westwood end. Sullivan sends it. It goes off the official's skate, and Sullivan gets it back. Was looking for Rolfe. Goes off his skate. Puck stays in the neutral zone, but Sullivan gloves it to himself. Battered away by Dartmouth, and then a shot down low and a goal for the Wolverines. And that's a goal for Patty Dalton. That is Patty Dalton's first varsity goal for the Wolverines on a snipe. And he's gonna keep that puck. And well deserved. Patty Dalton with a snipe on the left side of Howarth. Gets it under the bar for the goal, and the Wolverines' first goal. Don't know who had the assist, but we'll get confirmation from Bill Siebert. It puts the Wolverines up 1-0, just about 6 minutes into the first period of the game so far. The Wolverines coming away with it now, looking to get some pressure into the Dartmouth territory. Puck is offside, and we get a whistle for offside. So Patty Dalton with his first goal of the season, first goal of his career. Been a heck of a year for Dalton. Great golf season, runners-up, state championship, and then the third overall finish in the state championship individual as well. Rolfe on the assist. Rolfe has been a great asset for the Wolverines this year. Big body, moves well. So, goal by Dalton on an assist from Rolfe. Put the Wolverines up 1-0 and on the board 1-0.
And what a great season Dalton had in golf for a second here. One of the best teams in the state, undefeated TVL season between him and the golf team, led by him and Lillian Gulsarian, who is going to Penn State for golf, and congratulations to her, going to a D1 golf program. What a year he's having so far. Yeah. You know, first varsity goal in hockey, third in the state for golf in Division II. Excellent season so far.
Co-MVP, I believe, for the team with Lillian.
Well deserved.
And he was invited to play at New England's and played the New England's on the following Monday. So, shot by Dartmouth and a save by Quinn. That was a shot from the outside by Maddox Lerock. Good save by Quinn. Cut that angle out and right into the stomach. They're going to run it back. Timmy Donovan on the face-off. He wins it clean on the backhand. Fallon looking to rim it, but got a piece of it, and Dartmouth able to jump on the loose puck. Dartmouth looking to get their offense going, and a big hit by Brian Sullivan. Well, we got a hand in the air for a penalty, and it's going to be a penalty on Westwood for a trip. It's going to be Matt Donovan for a tripping, and Westwood's going to go on the penalty kill.
Big to see how Westwood bounces back here after that game in Norwood. Last time they had in Norwood, they had two goals, off of the power play for Norwood. So it'd be good to see how they bounce back here on their power play and if they can step up.
For sure. If you get a good penalty kill too, it is a big-time motivational swing. Lewis sends it over to Blomquist. Blomquist with no angle, but holds on to it smartly. He's just going to skate around the net and killing some valuable time off the clock. You can get some offense out of penalty kills too. If you force some, some forced passes by Dartmouth on the neutral zone, you're going to have the puck going the other way with speed when the defense are on their heels. So, you got guys who can score. When you got a Lewis out there and a Blomquist, and they force an errant pass, which goes out of the zone and down into Dartmouth territory. That killed off about 45 seconds, so a minute 15 left on Dartmouth's power play. Westwood looking to disrupt Dartmouth's entry. They're going to keep it to the outside. Fengler pushing the outside. Dartmouth tried to force that in, but kept out by Westwood. We have a glove on the ice. Looks like Blaney's glove on the ice. Dartmouth looking to send it towards the net. Toe save by Quinn, which forces a puck towards the near side and flipped out by Blaney. We're going to get a face-off. That was a great save by Quinn, which forced the rebound outside. Looks like something might be having issues with the helmet. I'm going to take a look at that before they drop the puck. So you got Ryan and Tim Donovan now on the PK. Sullivan for the forwards, Sullivan and Fallon on defense for the penalty kill. Some of the most important parts of the penalty kill are not only just saves by the goaltender who can get a glove on it and cause face-off, but face-offs. If you can get a clean win on a face-off and get that hard off the glass or hard outside of the zone, that's huge. That's a clean win there. Sullivan trying to get it out, but didn't get all of it. Dartmouth going to set their power play up. Westwood in the diamond. We're going to take away some of the backdoor looks. They're keeping it to the outside. 30 seconds left on the power play. Dartmouth just moving it around on the outside. Westwood not giving any ground in the middle. Sends it up top to Four, who tried to send it in, but deflected outside. Four's going to work it again. That's Frankie Long. Frankie's going to send it down low. 10 seconds left. Dartmouth looking to send it to the net. Knocked outside by the Wolverine defense. And we are all even. So Matt Donovan back on the ice, and no harm, no foul on the penalty. That puck is sent down. We're going to get an icing whistle here with 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first.
Big to see Westwood get the penalty kill there. Last week or on Saturday when we watched Norwood, they had two plays where Norwood kind of had the same similar situation where Westwood wins that clean face-off. They send it on the other side of the rink, but then Norwood sets up that play, and they get a play off, and they get a quick goal on the power play. You didn't see Westwood let that up this time.
No.
You saw them, they weren't watching the puck as much. They were watching the players, and they set up the diamond like you mentioned. Ultimately, a good penalty kill for Westwood.
Well, Norwood was moving their feet around a lot, and they were skating in circles, which you gotta, to defend that, you gotta be physical. Puck takes a Dartmouth bounce. That shot attempt gets deflected wide. Dartmouth working it around. Shot looking on the doorstep there for number 11, Lucas D'Souza, but turned away by Quinn with a good stick as well by Dumais. Westwood little sloppy in the D zone right now. They get it out. And then right back in. Fengler, a nice soft pass to Blomqvist. Blomqvist with the speed. He gets tied up by the defender from Dartmouth. No call. Looks like could have been a potential hold or interference, but wasn't too egregious enough. Dumais over to Martin, who gets a shot on net and turned away by Howarth. Dumais able to keep that in. Lewis playing 1-on-5. That's Westwood's changing out their guys. Able to still keep the possession on. Great job by skating it around. It allowed Westwood to get back in the zone with fresh legs. Now Lewis coming off and Dalton coming on. Puck works its way into Westwood territory. Dalton's got some time and space. Sends it up to Dumais. He gets handcuffed as the puck was deflected off of Dartmouth's stick. Dumais going to go off the glass. It's going to be an ice. So that's going to be an ice on Westwood. We're going to get a face-off in the left circle. Well, you were mentioning, so Norwood on their power play, they were getting their feet moving. The only way to defend that is you got to be physical. You got to hit them. You got to knock them off the puck to get the puck. But it also, Westwood was looking, they were watching the puck too much. What I liked on that penalty kill, Westwood was looking for the guys without the puck. They knew where the puck was, but they were looking where the guys without the puck were to make sure they weren't going to give up that backdoor goal or, getting the lanes for those one-timers. So I liked where their eyes were, and, they did a good job of keeping it to the outside. They took away the middle. That diamond takes away the middle of the ice where, any shots that are put on net, they're from the outside, which are very capable saves by, Holland and Quinn when you got those duos in net. Puck makes its way up to the point. That shot was blocked by Blaney. Westwood able to chip that out. They're going to get a change. On comes the Timmy Donovan line. Puck off the far side boards and picked up beautifully by 27, but great stick there. Fallon gets a stick and Timmy Donovan gets the Jets going. On a drop pass to his brother, then a shot from the outside, blocked. That was Brian Sullivan. Shot again from the outside, and that one is going to be gloved down. Shot by Ryan, saved by Howarth. That was a great drop pass Wolverines had there to then work it in and get a good look. Shot was ultimately blocked, but really bringing the pressure. At 2 minutes, 46 seconds left here in the first. Wolverines up 1-0 off a goal by Patty Dalton. Dartmouth wins the draw, and they rim it. Picked off the boards by number 22, Brady Bowe. Shot on net. Quinn's going to save it, put it down, and allow Westwood to play it and break it out. Quinn looking very sharp early here in the first period. Turning a bunch of shots away. He comes out and plays this, and he's going to go off the glass. And that was a nice pass, able to find Matt Donovan on that. Evan, I don't know if you remember, we called the John Quinn goal in the Bellingham soccer game. Wolverines versus Bellingham.
Yep.
It was Johnny on the spot. It was a corner kick, and Johnny went up to get it. It may have gone off a Bellingham player, but we're calling it a Quinn goal. He was a fun player to watch on the soccer field. His teammates loved him. Every time he was out there, they would get the bench on their feet. Draw comes back to the near side. Off the glass, played by Fengler, into Dartmouth territory. Lewis chasing after it. Forces the other Dartmouth defender to jump in to play it. They get it out of the zone. Dumais plays it back nicely to himself to work it, looking for some space. Handles that puck so effortlessly. Martin chips it up to Lewis. Lewis chips it in. Got a minute 30, call it a minute 30 now, left in the period. Lewis gets a turnover. Oh, and a backhand pass. He was looking for Martin. Hit the skate of the Dartmouth defender. Blomqvist was looking for Lewis on the centering attempt. Puck ends up back on Dumais' stick. Dumais trying to get a puck through, gets blocked. Dartmouth coming the other way. Some good speed on Maddox LaRock, but turned away by Quinn. Puck in the near side corner. Blomquist comes away with it, and on the stick of Sullivan. Lewis looking for Blomquist. He finds him on the backhand, and a goal! I think it was Brian Sullivan to finish that one. And it was Brian Sullivan with the goal. The defenseman, his second goal of the year on a great pass by Blomquist. Blomquist was able to hold on to that possession and then gave that pass to Sullivan in space. And Sullivan buried it. And Sully giving a shout out to his brother who's here, Danny Sullivan, on the glass on the far side. But what a finish there by Brian Sullivan. It all came from a great breakout. That was a fantastic breakout.
And not only is that a great goal, that's a great momentum swing
Big
for
time.
Westwood. Dartmouth just let up a goal with about less than a minute to go.
Yes.
They're going to be thinking about that all intermission long.
Wolverines' second goal scored by number 2, Brian Sullivan. Assist to number 15, Sean Blomquist.
That's offside. So Sean Blomquist, the assist on the goal by Brian Sullivan. Second goal of the season.
14-14.
And 12 seconds left here on the draw. One right off the by Tim Donovan, just moves that puck forward. That puck sent down, no ice. The refs just want this period to end. And that is going to do it here in the first. And a nice period for the Wolverines. 2 goals to go up 2-0. Goals by Patty Dalton, his first of the year, first of his career in a Westwood varsity uniform, and also a goal by Brian Sullivan, his second of the year. And we'll take a break here, intermission break. We'll be back for the start of the second period.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you, Arch Orthodontics. Thank you, Cadillac of Norwood. About ready to kick off the second period here. And folks, we have a absolute treat for you. We have a Westwood hockey legend in the booth. Also, Avon Old Farms legend, Boston College legend, Timmy Lewis. Timmy, how are you? Thanks for joining us in the booth.
I'm doing well. I appreciate it. I don't know about legend, but
You are, my friend. I have talked to many Westwood hockey players, and you were a big part of the back-to-back state championship for the Wolverines, early 90s.
Yep.
And he's also a proud uncle of Logan Lewis and Nolan Lewis.
Correct.
Nolan Lewis on the team now. Logan was a player in the past. One of my favorite players to coach in the past, and some great hockey in the Lewis family. We are underway here, folks. Dartmouth going to send that on net, turned away by Quinn. And the puck ends up in the neutral zone. Dartmouth going to regroup. They find number 6 in stride. That's Chance Simmons. But played nicely by Nolan Lewis, able to disrupt him on the entry. And that puck bounces out of the Westwood zone and then battled for by Westwood, able to put that deep. Brady Dumais. The Wolverines, Timmy, would you like what you saw in the first period? You saw a lot of good skating by the Wolverines and, 2 great goals, but what were some other things that you saw that you liked?
I think there's the way that they're playing from the standpoint of just getting pucks deep, and saw a couple of goals that were hard-working goals rather than the real finesse goals, and a couple of guys. I think I wish I was better with some of the names, but I think it was Patty Dalton had his first goal of the year by going to the net hard and picking the puck up. So I think that you're not going to win every game by scoring beautiful goals. You got to get down to the
and goals like that, Tim.
Yep.
We got a goal on a tip. That was a shot from the outside by Dumais, and I think Timmy Donovan got the stick on it. We'll see here. No, it looks like it is Matt Donovan. So brother Matt Donovan got the stick on it for his first goal, and he feels like the monkey off his back because he's had so many opportunities and able to bury that one on a great tip.
I think a nice play there too is that there's no hesitation. I think that, a lot of times you'll see guys take that extra second, that lane fills in, and when you have that opening, you want to really let the pucks move, even with passing, anything across ice, neutral zone stuff. You want to make sure that they don't have enough time. You don't want to hesitate on that pass or that shot on net. You got to take it when you first see it.
Dumais, when he did that walk, he had patience on it, and what that patience did was allow 2 more Westwood bodies in front of the net.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's not a tip, you get in the screen. So you're getting 2 good things out of that. Ooh, 2 Dartmouth players collide, and then a shot on net saved by Quinn. The puck works its way back behind the net. Brian Sullivan scored the 2nd goal for the Wolverines. Nice play, able to get away from that Dartmouth defender. That's going to be an icing on Westwood. Thank you so much, Mr. Dumais. We have some refreshments here. And that was Dumais on the assist. A goal by Matt Donovan. Timmy, some great depth by younger guys. We mentioned Nolan, Matt Donovan as well, Connor Blaney in the center.
Yep.
This is great to see for now and the future.
It is, and you have to develop young guys. You can't always rely on seniors, and I know that you have different organizations, and it doesn't matter, high school level, it doesn't matter where you are. You have to have younger guys developing, and that's you can't rely on the veterans. And these guys become the veterans eventually, and then the guys below them are going to start to fill in and become those guys that are going to learn the system, learn the role, and it just continues to. It's just a continuing cycle, which is great to see.
Absolutely, and they have good seniors to learn from.
Exactly, I think it's great. It's a detriment to coaching too. You have a coach that's willing to play younger guys and take risks with them. They're going to make mistakes, but that's how they learn.
I was mentioning earlier, so Brian Sullivan, sophomore D on the Wolverines, he looks like a junior. Lewis, puck goes just wide. Got a piece of that one, and Dartmouth looking to break out. That one is going to be an icing. No, they called that one off. But I was mentioning Brian Sullivan earlier, and he is a sophomore, but he looks like a junior. He's got the confidence of a junior because he got a ton of reps as a freshman.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what's going to happen. You'll see some of these younger guys that, before you know it, they're excited for games. They're not nervous for them anymore, and that's only going to help the team develop and help them develop as players.
Exactly.
And you can't be afraid to make mistakes.
No.
You're going to make mistakes. Guys at the pro level make mistakes every night.
That's the big thing, is not only playing them, but allowing them to make mistakes, knowing that they're going to learn from it. And, the key is don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, exactly.
That was some good skating there by a Dartmouth player. And we have a good look going the other way. Rolf right off the bench. The shot saved by Howarth. That was a good look by, and a great stick there by Dumais. They had a Dartmouth player who was stretched out on the blue line. Dumais was able to get a piece of the pass that disrupted the shot, and a big save by Quinn on a point-blank opportunity. Quinn able to turn that one away. He's been sharp today.
He has been sharp. Watching him, he plays his angles well.
Yeah,
he's definitely a skilled goaltender.
Big body too. When you get that body alone, and then you add the athleticism and his IQ, you're not going to see much net unless you have a couple deflections or ricochets, and it goes right on your stick and you're there.
And there's not a coach on the planet that will tell you that having some goalie competition is a bad thing.
Oh,
You know,
it's a terrific thing.
Two good goaltenders.
Yep. So Timmy, who were some of the leaders when you were an underclassman that was putting up some good numbers for the Wolverines on those winning teams? Who were some of the leaders you looked up to that you learned from and emulated your game after?
Sure. It's funny. I didn't win a state championship with Chris Ruggiero, but Chris was probably the. He took me under his wing as a senior when I was a freshman, picked me up every morning for practice. He was a great guy, had a huge heart. Chris was a great guy. Everyone, we miss him, but. Obviously, I was talking to him 10 minutes ago. Mike Welby was, he was a numbers machine.
Yeah. Magic man.
He was fantastic. Brian Hardiman was great.
Yep.
Just talking to Brian Cox. He's down the corner right now. Brian was great.
Yep.
Great teammate, great player, good buddy to this day.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of guys, and just Timmy Harrington was great player. He was a year older than me, and then my line mates Eddie Galvin and Russ Flynn. We all had some fun together. So my buddy Mark Pastor and the whole crew of us, but we had good teams. Everyone was good friends, and to this day they're still a lot of us are still buddies to this day, and you see them at games and you see them all over the place, and it's just such a great tradition. Westwood's got a great tradition.
Oh, big time. What's special about Westwood hockey to me is you see alumni at all these games. You also see alumni come back to raise their family in Westwood and their kids playing for Westwood, and you see parents and kids that are part of this 41-year streak.
Yep.
Absolutely. What a story to tell for a hockey program. And there is no better example of culture than Westwood Boys Hockey. It's a culture that's been ingrained for the last 41 years.
Yeah, it's the truth. And we had some great coaches. I had Dick Bradley for my freshman year, who's a legend.
Yep.
And then Leo Shanahan was my head coach. I won 2 state championships with him. He was a great coach, great guy to play for. So a lot of coaches that have gone up and down, through the ranks of, Westwood's had some great coaches, and just, Westwood is the testament. Westwood's a good town, a lot of good families, and you got a lot of good kids. And, I had a lot of great older guys that, took me under their wing, and if they're listening, I thank them for that. And, I hope I did it to some younger kids too.
Absolutely. Ooh, that puck goes off the helmet.
Lucky he had a cage on.
Yeah. He's going to skate off. Westwood on the penalty kill. The penalty to Rolf. That was thrown on net. And that was a big rebound for a far shot. I mean, when you have those far kind of fungo shots on net, they can take some crazy bounces. Dartmouth on the entry, looking to get their power play set up. A shot from the outside, gloved by Quinn. A very confident save on that shot. Well, the Wolverines looking a lot different today than they did versus Norwood. They got some pep in their step. They are, positionally sound. They're a little more physical too. We're seeing some physical, finish checks, which really force a team to play differently if it's in their head.
I think one tough thing with this, at this level is everyone compares, in speaking to some of the guys on the team, and including my nephew, these guys played so-and-so, they beat so-and-so. They always go off numbers of the last game, but, any night this could be your game. It doesn't matter.
100%.
Whoever scores the goals and plays the hardest is going to win the game. It has nothing to do with who you played last week.
Exactly. We did a game this year, Tim. It was Westwood girls soccer versus Hopkinton girls. Hopkinton is Division I girls soccer program in the TVL. Westwood D2. Hopkinton hadn't lost a game in 2 years. Westwood won 3-0 at home.
Yep.
Versus them.
Any given
3-1 at home. But it's exactly any given night, any team can win. So doing the math on they beat this team by this score and all that is going to do no good for anyone. A nice pass ends up on the stick of Sullivan. That's blocked. Second attempt goes wide. And Blomqvist comes away with it. He gets hit and the puck comes off his stick, but Rolf able to win that 50-50 battle. They send it back low, and they're going to force Dartmouth to clear. It's not going to be an ice hit, a Westwood player's stick. Fallon's going to have some time and space for the breakout. He sends it to Brian Sullivan. Brian Sullivan trying to send it in the middle of the ice. That was picked off by 11 Lucas D'Souza. And now Matt Donovan looking to go the other way. That was a great stick by Dartmouth defender there, Will Gibson. He was able to get the stick on puck that disrupted, that would have been Donovan going the other way with some speed and some space in front of him. And that was a great breakout pass. Dartmouth looking to create some pressure. Kept outside, though, by Westwood. And then a great pass and a big save by Quinn. And then four Westwood guys pinning a Dartmouth player behind the net. But big save by John Quinn. Westwood was doing a little puck watching there.
That's a key indicator if you watch that breakout from over here. That kid let that puck come off the boards as quick as he could. He didn't hesitate. He had the lane wide open, circling, forward coming back, circling through, took that pass, boom, 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 they're into the zone and the puck's on the net. That was a great breakout. That breakout is what got that puck to that net.
Timmy, would you agree? Great breakouts create the best offensive opportunities.
100%.
When you have your feet moving,
100%.
That's where you get really a lot of odd man rushes.
100%.
If you catch a D flat-footed on that point.
Yep.
But that was I mean, he caught him in stride and he was moving very well.
He did, and this kid transitioned through the neutral zone well. He came back, came through, and he was gone. And before you know it, there's a really good scoring opportunity.
Well, Dartmouth looking to chip away. Westwood up 3-0, about halfway through here in the second period. Donovan, puck squirts off his stick. Dartmouth's going to work the neutral zone. Number 11 coming across. They're going to get a shot. That's blocked by Dumais. Always a big help when you get defense that can get sticks on pucks and even block shots.
100%. Take away lanes. The biggest thing. Open your arms up on both sides. That's your wingspan. You can take away so many lanes by just getting your hand and stick in the way. It's amazing how many pucks will be able to come through that opening in that lane.
Also underrated, forcing shots from the outside. You're
Yep.
getting face-offs. You're getting very capable saves.
Yep.
We got a power play for the Wolverines. That's a penalty by Maddox LaRock. We're going to see our first look at Westwood's power play today. They looked great in the, I think they got a power play goal in the Norwood game in the first period, and they had one as well in the Paulson game, and I think one in the Hopkinton game as well. You get Nolan Lewis up top in the umbrella. He just gets a puck through, just goes wide right. That was deflected. Lewis down low to Matt Donovan. Back up to Lewis. Over to Blomquist. Dartmouth playing very low on the penalty kill, leaving Lewis up top open.
It's funny, they play high on their power play.
Yes,
They play low. They play low when they're killing that penalty, but when they're a man up, they seem to play high. And
now, do you think it's because do they trust their guys to be able to skate right out when the puck goes high, or do they just want to protect kind of that net front?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, it's depending. I think that especially at the high school level, I think when you're killing a penalty, you got to take some chances too. And I think that these guys, they're definitely staying down low and hoping that nothing comes of this by taking away all those lanes and putting a little too much net front presence. But you got to try to spring a guy on a penalty kill every once in a while too.
Lewis with a shot and a save by Howarth. Westwood moving the puck nicely right now. Blomquist up top gets a puck through. Lewis on the doorstep. He scores! Nolan Lewis on the power play on a rebound. And the IQ on him, he could have just hit it right away. He held it knowing he could get some more open net. Buries it for the Wolverine fourth goal. What a goal by the sophomore. And we got a proud uncle to our right.
An uncle who didn't have half that IQ.
My goodness, what a smart play. I mean, he probably would have scored too if he whacked at it right away, but the wherewithal to hold.
Yeah, the weight.
In with not a lot of space.
Yep.
That is unbelievable. Smart play and better finish.
Great goal. A lot of good pressure down low on that last shift.
Yep. They were moving the puck around nicely where defense was a little discombobulated. They didn't know who to pick up, and Westwood had an extra guy down low with Lewis down there, and that's where you're going to get some good matchups when you're able to get two guys versus one in front.
Wolverines power play goal scored by number 6, Nolan Lewis. Assisted by number 15, Sean Blomquist.
Blomquist on the assist.
27, Luke Martin.
And Martin First cousin Luke Martin on the assist. Timmy Donovan getting the Jets going. He gets it on net. Puck is loose. Donovan, each game, has had a couple opportunities like that. He has got tremendous speed. It's a difference maker, and I love the hit there too, getting physical. Great leadership from the senior captain, number 20 for your Wolverines, Timmy Donovan.
It's amazing to see, you know, the emotion, you know, the minute you get another one, the jump, you know, the jump in these guys now. There's just a totally different rhythm in the last minute since that goal. That
was an awkward bounce and saved by Quinn. We were talking about earlier too, Tim, is the motivational swings on penalty kills. A good penalty kill.
Yep.
You know, when you get out of the hole on a big penalty kill like Westwood did earlier, that's just as big of a swing.
100%.
Rolf on the entry.
It just goes to show how much of a mental game this is.
Oh, it is. And that puck, no connection on that, and that's going to be an icing. So, and they got a couple teammates yelling at each other on Dartmouth. But that's when you're skating well, you're forcing teams to make some errant passes. They're also, you know, a lot of ices. You know, they're just looking to get it out, get the change.
They're hemmed in.
Frustration.
And then you see it on the bench too. It's unfortunate because you know you get a lot of emotion on a bench like that. As a coach, you have to say, hey guys, you know, pump the brakes here. You got a lot of time left. It's a 4-0 game, but you still got a whole other period, couple of goals here, and you're right back in this. But it's, you know, there's a lot of emotion on those benches right now.
That's going to be an icing on Westwood. So misconnection on that pass. Going to bring a face-off back into the Westwood zone. So complimentary scoring today for the Wolverines. We had goals. Dalton with the first. Sullivan with the second. Third was Matt Donovan, and then Nolan Lewis with the power play goal to put the Wolverines up 4-0. Westwood getting a breakout going. Blaney is going to send it far side. Dalton looking to chase after it. Blaney with some good speed. Almost got back into that off the original pass. Blaney, a nice chip. Able to get around the defenseman. He's looking to take it to the net. Shot just off the side of the net.
It's a great play by Blaney as a young kid that just uses his body to shield that puck.
Yep.
Just leaned right in. He almost had he had a nice bid, nice bid on net, but I like the way he, covered that puck and shielded that puck with his body.
Absolutely. Keep that defenseman's stick out of the way to be able to get a stick on that. Good things happen when you take the puck to the net. And a big pad save there by Quinn. That was a good look by Dartmouth. Quinn was ready and anticipated that, got the pad on that. Preserve the goose egg on the scoreboard for Dartmouth. Puck in the near side corner. Lewis and Martin both fighting for it. These are where games are won, folks. The 50-50 battles in the corner. And we're having a good battle here. Both teams physical, fighting for it. That puck goes over Fallon's stick. It's going to end up deep in Westwood zone, no ice. Got a piece of Fallon's stick. Dumais walking out. A nice touch pass by Martin. And Blomqvist got it. He's going to drop, but it hit the skate of Dartmouth player. Oh, what a play. Lewis able to get the stick on that clearing attempt. And he's going to walk away with the puck, taking it to the net. And then Dartmouth able to knock that loose. Puck in the neutral zone. Dartmouth looking for a clean entry. Westwood doing a good job, taking away the center of the ice. Walking in is number 9. He's one of the talented players many talented players Dartmouth has. And he gets his feet moving. He's created some good looks. And a good puck battle win there by Blomqvist comes away with it. Shot from the outside by Donovan, turned away by Howarth. Got a minute left here in the second. Another save by Howarth. Donovan gets the turnover. And the puck bounces out of the Westwood offensive zone. Dartmouth looking to get a shot. That one goes
Westwood
wide.
Just got away with a penalty right there.
Yes, yeah.
Would have been a hold.
Yep. But, you know, we got Scotty Peterson calling the game today. He's a fair ref, seen pretty evenly on both sides. 25 seconds left here in the second. Dartmouth and a shot, and they score. That was a shot, and it looked like a tip as well. It was a goal by, I believe, 15 for Dartmouth. Zach Donatillo. That puts them on the board. So
shots on net.
Yes,
That's it. Shots
absolutely.
on net. I mean, Quinn's a fantastic goalie. He had that puck came out of no. He could have stopped that without his pads on, but that thing ended up. You know, that tip. You have no idea where that's going.
A screen and a tip.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
not on him.
No, he's saved about 10 point blank opportunities to keep Westwood up 4-0. Now with that goal, Westwood 4-1. 18 seconds left here. Official's going to kick the centerman out. Some words being said. Don't know what it was, but no harm, no foul. Puck is dropped. A good stick by Blaney. Gets the turnover. Puck still loose in front of the net. And the puck works its way in the neutral zone, and Westwood's just going to eat it. There was a hit there. Not a penalty. It was just a hit at the end of the period, but ref looking to kind of separate both teams. But Tim, what a productive period.
Great period. I thought they played great. I honestly think that was of the two periods so far. I thought they were. I don't know. I just seen a little more symmetry than they had.
Yes.
It was kind of all over the place for the first couple of minutes of the first period. Then they settled in. You know, I think they're fine. It's 4-1 going into the third. That would have been nice to go in 4-0. Gives these guys a bit of life, but at the same time, you know, you can still see they're coming off the ice frustrated.
They are.
You know, I'm glad the Westwood kids stayed out of it. And you know, we're going to be even 5-5 going into the third. You don't want to come out of the out of the period into the box.
Yeah. The sign of a good team, Tim, is not only just taking a lead, but closing out a game. You know, what do you want to see from Westwood come third period to close out this game and come away with the win?
We want to make sure that you kind of, if you're going to adjust a forecheck or something, go to like a 1-2-2 where you want to make sure you get, one guy down low, too high, trap the neutral zone a little bit if you can to make sure nothing comes out. Just make sure pucks keep getting down low. You got one guy swarming the entire time, making sure everything's clogged in between the blue and the red lines here, and just try to keep the puck down that direction. As few shots on net as possible on Quinn. You want to make sure that you sit on this lead, the old school New Jersey Devils style.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
But I mean, that's what you want to do. You don't want to give them any opportunities. You don't want to take crazy chances. You're already up. You want some guys. Guys obviously want to get some points here, but you want to make sure this will be a big win for them. I think that they were curious as to who these guys were going to be, and now they're beating them 4-1 going into the third.
Yep. They're a good team and a good league. And a big third period ahead. Next goal is going to be a critical one for both teams. So we'll take a quick break, folks. We'll stick around for an exciting third period ahead, and we will be back for the start of the third period.
There's magic associated with high school sports that's hard to quantify. Legends are born.
And they put it in the back of the net.
Memories are made. And smiles come across our faces. These are the moments we talk about forever. They become part of our history. They define us. At Arch Orthodontics, we know how important it is to engage with our community, how critical it is to empower these defining moments. And in a sense, we define our community too. We build confidence. We make the smiles that light up the field, the rink, the gym, and the court. And we do it with a dedication to excellence, just like our athletes who inspire us every time they put on a Westwood uniform.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. And we're going to kick off the third period. Westwood up 4-1. And right back at it. Winning the draw is Blomquist. Martin skates it around. He puts it on net and saved by Howarth. Some good skating there by Martin. Took the puck right off the draw and used his speed to go outside. And had an angle to take it to the net and put that puck on net and forced a save by Howarth. We're going to get a face-off in the right circle. One by Dartmouth. They're going to rim it up. That gets by. It's going to go into Westwood territory. No ice. Fengler going to play it. He loses the puck and covered up by Quinn. Quinn doesn't like it and gives a stick to the Dartmouth player. Quinn protecting that net front. Quinn been sharp all game. Played terrific.
He's had some great saves. He's had a great start to the season. Great game so far. Some impressive saves.
Yes. Making it look easy. Blocked shot there. Martin gets in front of that one. And back on the stick of Martin. Martin sends it over to Nolan Lewis. Nolan Lewis on the outside. He's going to stop and then chip it behind the net to Martin. Martin's centering attempt. No one there. Kept in by Fengler. But Dartmouth able to break it out and send it into Westwood territory. But that is an icing. It's going to bring the face-off back in Dartmouth's zone. Let me get some words between head coach Matt Siebert and the official. I don't know if there was, I think the coaches are having a few words. There's a disagreement about one of the Dartmouth players hit, I think, Lewis on the way onto the bench. But we are playing on. Puck gets out of the Dartmouth zone. Fallon going to go back to play it. He goes off the near side boards. Right back in. Sullivan going to play it. Nice pass directly on the stick of Ryan. Then Timmy Donovan gets it with speed. He's got brother Matt Donovan. And a pass just deflected by the stick of Dartmouth. And they're going back the other way. Looking to make it a 3-on-2 with a drop pass. Matt Donovan there to clear it out and make a big hit. Physicality picking up here in the third. That puck on net, and that's going to be covered by Howarth.
I mean, Morgan, the physicality thing makes sense, and emotions are running high, and it makes sense for both these teams. Both these teams are coming off tough losses in their previous game. Lost from Dartmouth to Barnstable, a loss against Barnstable that they're coming off of. And then Westwood with the 8-4 loss to Norwood. So, it makes sense. Both these teams are looking to bounce back, and right now Westwood has had the upper hand so far in this game. And it's understandable that these teams are playing a little chippy. They want this. They need to, they're trying to prove that, hey, that was just a, bad game. We've brushed it off. We've moved on, and we've improved. So, understandable to see that here.
Yes. You got to also discipline for Westwood. Both teams are frustrated, Dartmouth's frustrated right now, and they're getting a little chippy out there. So Westwood, keeping their head in it, not, getting any retaliatory type penalties.
Play smarter, and they have been so far. They've seemed to keep a pretty level head, just play smart. You have a 4-1 lead, protect that lead, and, keep getting some pressure here, keep seeing what you got in your team, and get out of here today with a win.
Yes. I'm looking behind the net, and I see a handful of Westwood hockey alumni. I love to see it. Seeing a bunch of guys, such a special program where you're getting alumni coming back. You got guys who played in the 90s here. You got guys who played in the 80s here, and you got guys who graduated last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all here. Supporting the guys, supporting this family that is Westwood hockey, that is a proud tradition, a proud legacy. Puck dumped into the neutral zone, and then Sullivan's going to chip it into the offensive zone. Rolfe chasing after it. Sullivan gets a shot off there, just off the side of the net. Sullivan scored a goal. He had the second goal for the Wolverines. He's played a great game. We have 2 goals from Sullivan's today. We have Kate Sullivan with a hat trick, Brian Sullivan with the second goal for the Wolverines. Dartmouth looking to get weave through the Westwood players. Initially got through, but well played by the second tier of the Westwood D. What a toe drag there by Rolf to get that puck off the stick of Dartmouth and take a couple slashes there. I think Rolf might be getting the gate for, or not the gate, but a penalty for the slash. Siebet's not happy about it because it was 2 players. They're going to give it to both, so it's the right move. Both players are going to get a penalty, matching penalties. And this is how you know, as a ref, this is how you make sure a game doesn't get out of hand. Is when you're calling it on both teams. When you start calling it on one team versus the other, then you're fueling more frustrations for the teams. But when it's evenly like that, you're setting the example of both of those are penalties, and we're calling it.
Yeah,
so it looks like 5 minutes. We'll see what Bill Siebert says with, I think they might be 5-minute penalties. Oh, no. 2, 3, that's an ice there. Well, I don't know what it is, so we'll wait for Bill Siebert. I only see a Westwood penalty on the board, but you have 2 in the box. Yeah, so it's what it is there's no penalty on the boards because it's 5 minutes, so they're gonna come out on a whistle. So 5 minutes 52 seconds after a whistle.
So it's a 5-minute major for both teams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think that makes sense.
Matching too.
You could see for both Westwood and Dartmouth, the frustrations are getting high, and
yep.
It's understandable, and you let it boil over. But the ref, you can't let the game get out of control. No. You can't let it take over. You got to keep some control, and
yes,
ultimately the right call by the refs.
Yeah, and there was some frustration in that Norwood game when there was that boarding behind the net that was not called. Like the ref wasn't doing their job of protecting the players. Ultimately, that's what the refs, you're calling, an even game, but you also need to protect the players. And part of that is getting ahead of it getting to, where it gets out of control. Donovan, shot is deflected. Puck ends up on Sullivan's stick. He's able to send it up. Donovan going the other way. Goes through the legs, looking to get a stick on that one. They fell down. Shot by Ryan, turned away by Howarth. And a nice puck win there by Donovan. He hits the post on a nice shot. Sullivan jumps up, makes a move, and Dartmouth jumps on that. Dartmouth going to work that into Westwood territory. A little chip and chase. Fallon with number 9. Maddox Larocque. Timmy Donovan. A bit of an interference there, no call. But Westwood able to keep that puck in the zone. Martin to Blomqvist for the goal. That's an unselfish play there. Martin took that hit to get that pass over to Blomqvist. Blomqvist on the doorstep for the finish. The Wolverine 5th goal, but what an unselfish play by Luke Martin. Check out the replay, folks. He took a hit to make that play behind the net to get it over to open Blomqvist and to finish it for Blomqvist's first goal of the game and the 5th goal for the Wolverines. Oh, Blomqvist. Good to see the efforts get rewarded on those goals. He's been playing 200 feet of the ice all game, both offensively and defensively. Setting the tone as a leader. And Dumais walking in. Brushed away there by Fengler. Shot on net turned away by Quinn. Fengler going to send it in the opposite corner. Shot saved by Quinn. Another one. That one's tipped over the net. Fengler going to get this up top to Lewis. He does. Lewis is going to break it out. And Lewis finds a Blomqvist. Blomqvist got some space. He's going to take it to the net. Shot saved by Howard. That was a fantastic look on the breakout by Lewis to find Blomqvist. That was what we were talking about with Tim Lewis, is a lot of great offense comes from a clean breakout. Catching someone in stride with speed, which Lewis did there to find Blomqvist. That's going to be an icing on Dartmouth. It's going to expire the penalties as well. And we're going to get a face-off in the Dartmouth zone. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the game. It's going to bring out the Donovan line. We're going to have Sullivan and Fallon on defense. Puck won back by Westwood. Gets out of the zone. Fallon sends it down low to Matt Donovan. And that puck gets loose, and Fallon comes up to make a hit to knock the puck loose from Dartmouth. And the puck ends up on net. Howard covers it for the faceoff. So 8 minutes left in the game. Wolverines up 5-1. The most recent goal by Blomqvist on a pass from Martin. Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donahue, Westwood Media Center coverage of boys hockey here at the Can Ice House. Watching a great effort by the boys today. It was a great win earlier by the girls. Westwood looking to go 3-0 on the day. We have boys basketball at 6:30 today. That'd be a heck of a productive athletic day for the Wolverines.
A trifecta would be nice there.
Yes.
We almost had one a couple weekends ago. The only reason we didn't have it was because we chose to get the 2 hockey games for full game coverage instead of covering the girls' win over Lincoln Sudbury. But we had our Marie Fiscaldo there.
Yep.
We
kind of technically we got out.
We'll call it the second.
It was feet on the ground in all the games.
We're looking to get the second trifecta of the year.
Dartmouth with an opportunity here. Shot off the post. That was Maddox Larocque. He has been impressive. Good player, good skater. That was a terrific shot off the left post. Puck works its way up to the point. A shot through traffic. Quinn with the save. Quinn gets a nice quick whack on Brady Bowe. Another shot. Save again by Quinn. Great rebound control. Forces that puck out to the point. And a nice move by Donovan. He gets by the defenseman on the entry. Shot going to be turned away by Howard. Sent to the net, far corner. Dartmouth gets a turnover on the centering pass by Westwood. And a good stick there by Sicular. Sicular, the sophomore for the Wolverines. Big body. Dumais, serpentine route to get some space and to create a smooth breakout like that. You know, using your speed and your size to be patient is such an advantage for the Wolverines to just certify your breakouts. Dartmouth working it into Westwood zone, looking to create some traffic. The 2 players locked up there as the play goes the other way. And that's going to be an icing. So icing called on Westwood. He's going to bring the face-off back in front of John Quinn with 5 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game. Connor Blaney's going to take the face-off for the Wolverines. He gets it back. Ends up on the stick of Fallon, who chips it out into the neutral zone. Then whacked into Dartmouth's zone by Rolfe. Blaney keeps it in. pinches up on the boards, puts the puck back deep. Turnover by Dalton. Back up on the stick of Sullivan, who's going to send it deep. Let Westwood get back to work on winning some puck battles, and they do. Dartmouth looking cross ice and misconnection there. And that's going to be an icing on Dartmouth. Dartmouth really looking for, on their breakouts, they're looking for the cross ice pass. You know, typically a lot of teams will either just work the strong side. They'll either chip it to the center while moving or go off the glass. Dartmouth looking for essentially that stretch neutral zone breakout from their zone, which is an effective play if you have open space in the zone. Shot saved by Howarth. That was a shot by Sicular. Able to get that one through. It was a clean win too. Nice clean win there by, I think, Sebi O'Brien on the draw. So Sebi O'Brien in the game. Sebi O'Brien coming from a legendary hockey family. Dad Dave O'Brien, captain of Beanpot winning Northeastern Huskies, with head coach Fern Flaman, Westwood resident, who was the coach of that team. Hall of Famer, Bruins legend. And then Sebi's brother, Ben, and Max, terrific players for the Wolverines. Got to coach both of them. He's coaching Ben on defense. It was a blast to coach. And I think of Ben when I think of Dartmouth. Ben was playing big minutes for us on defense in our playoff game versus Dartmouth. Just nearly missed the net for an overtime winner. He put the puck, had a shot from the point, just missed. That would have been a heck of a goal. But terrific, talented family, the O'Briens. Morgan Cox battling for it, wearing number 25, like his brother Gavin Cox. Shot just wide. Gavin Cox, defender for the Wolverines a few years back, playing at New Hampton now. And that's saved by Howarth. Is going to get a whistle. We're going to get a face-off. So getting to the tail end of this game. Westwood still up 5-1, 3 minutes, 48 seconds left here in the game. Rolf going to take the face-off. Blaney sends it back to Sullivan. Sullivan goes D to D with Fallon. Puck back behind Dartmouth's net. Good physical puck battle going on. Drew Spearlet walks away with it. A physical play there on that entry. Puck played back to Sullivan. Fallon chasing it down the far side. And back in deep in Westwood zone. Sullivan plays it quickly, gets it out. And back in. Fallon taking a hit to make a play, a smart play, because Westwood hasn't. They're able to get it deep. Howarth going to get the glove on it. We're going to get a face-off. So 2 minutes, 56 seconds left between Westwood getting their third win of the season to go 3-1 so far in the early part of the season, which is a terrific start, where Westwood the last several years has had the toughest part of their schedule in the beginning of the year, where they've started off 1-2, 1-3, 1 year 1-4, had to win 6 in a row to get back into the playoff mix and ultimately qualify for the playoffs. So a great start for the Wolverines to go into the holidays. They're going to have a tough game come after Christmas versus the always talented Canton, which will be here at the Ice House.
I mean, and they've had a tough start to the season anyways. The opponents they've played, Hopkinton, reigning TVL champions, Norwood, a team that always seems to have their number.
Top 10 team in D2.
Dartmouth is a good team, and Halston as well. A rivalry game where anything could happen. It has not been a cakewalk for the Wolverines whatsoever, and this is a great early season challenge. And like you said, some years they've started 1-3, 1-4. To have this sort of a start is a promising sign for this team.
And with players out too, you got injuries and you got sickness. So you get some key figures, and two players go down. It's getting a little chippy here.
And as the season goes on, as those guys get healthy, as Timmy Malloy and McCabe get healthy, they'll come back in the lineup, and that's going to strengthen Westwood. So a big part, too, of the season is staying healthy, making sure you're doing what you can to stay healthy. And, yeah, we have some tough games here, but can we get some of those younger guys to, one, get the experience, but, two, make sure those lines stay healthy so, Westwood has some depth.
There's no doubt about it. That's a whistle from a cover by Howarth. Face-off going to be off to his right, our left. A minute 46 left in regulation. Sebi O'Brien on the draw. Sickler lined up for the shot just above him. Sickler had a nice shot earlier on a nice clean win by O'Brien. Cox out there too. O'Brien shot on net. That was a great pass by Cox on the half wall, able to get the puck over to O'Brien in space for a nice shot. O'Brien sends it up to Cox. And a good stick by Brian Sullivan. Jumps up in the play. The puck hits a loose stick. Not sure whose stick it is. And Dartmouth looking to work this puck around. Sickler able to whack it. Gets it out of the Westwood zone. Nice shift by the youngsters. O'Brien, Cox, Sickler. 1 minute left in the game. Quinn gonna play it behind the net. Stops it for number 11. Will Dempsey out there. Will Dempsey, a freshman, getting in the mix. Big body for the Wolverines. Called a number of his sister's games. Field hockey player and captain-elect for the field hockey team next year. Blaney, some nice moves. Dempsey looking to shoot. Shot and a save. That was a great shot by Dempsey. That would have been cool to see the freshman get his first goal. It was a great effort by Blaney to get that into the Dartmouth zone, and Dempsey there to collect a loose puck and get a nice shot on net. Forced a difficult save by Howarth. Dumais knocked away by Jack Gifford. We got a whistle. I think we might have a penalty. Might be a hold on Dumais. And it is. So saved a breakaway. And that's what you would call a good penalty. It's not many in hockey, but when you save a, daylight to the net opportunity, that's a good penalty. 12 seconds left in the game as well. And these do matter. The goals with the power rankings, they do matter. And that's going to do it here at the Canton Ice House. Wolverines walk away with a big win, 5-1 over Dartmouth. And John Quinn gets the win for the Wolverines. Very impressive in the net for Westwood. And we are now 2 for 3 on the day, or 2 for 2, with the third effort coming tonight to go 3-0 for Westwood Media Center coverage. And we're excited about it. And great win for the Wolverines. Complimentary scoring, great effort. And defense was very, very solid. And what you want to see as a bounce back from the Norwood game, and a great way to go into the holiday season. So with that, folks, Westwood walking away with a big win, 5-1. We're looking forward to seeing you all again soon in the new year. And take care, folks. Happy holidays, and we will see you all soon.